Pre-Friday, y'all. We almost there. We almost there. I'm gonna talk about a topic. If you are in my area, it's been a pretty big deal. I have a very unpopular opinion by this. So if you're offended, just leave or comment, whatever. I'm putting out my warning because y'all be claiming like y'all need warnings. Okay, so anyway, father and stepson murdered. That's what it was in Flatbush Gardens apartments, um, aka Vanderveer Estates. People were definitely calling it a project. It is not a project. I don't know what happens before me, whether it was a project before, but in the 1900s, when I was growing up in Brooklyn, it was not a project and it has not been a project. It is privately owned, privately, it is a private institution. Now, consequently, are there project like X people in there? Absolutely. Does it look and feel and operate and have piss in the hallways like a project? Yes. It is. Is it a New York City housing project? No. It's not Nitro affiliated. Was it Mitchell-Lama back in the day? Yes. If you know, you know. But as far as New York City Public Housing Authority, it is not. But anyway, backstory, man goes to his upstairs neighbor's apartment, knocks on the door. There is very clear video, but no audio. Wife with bonnet comes out. Husband opens the door first. It looks like he leaves to go get a shirt. She comes out. Man from the house comes out with a pair of thick scissors, presses it up against the neighbor's neck. Wife tries to pull him back. Neighbor pulls out the blammer. Wife retreats back to the apartment. Man, or whatever, I could not watch the whole thing. I was watching stills. That's my disclaimer. I was watching stills. I could not watch the video because I don't like that type of stuff. I don't watch murder movies or grotesque stuff. I don't like that. I'm not religious or a believer. I'm a black atheist, but I value life, human life. Let me be clear. I'm not too keen on animals except for sustenance. Human life. Okay? I don't know what happened because when they said that the son was murdered as well, this was a stepson, her son, although he was 27 years old, his mother, I can't do it, right? Anywho, conclusion at the end of the story, neighbor who went upstairs to knock on the door shoots and kills both of them, the son and the stepson and the father, the husband. They were married. They are of Haitian descent. Let me just say that. At least she is. I don't know about the husband. She is of Haitian descent. One of the stills, he goes up to the father after the father has been shot, puts one in the back of his head, make sure it was done. Goes and waits on the elevator, was on the run. I just saw Wednesday evening, he had a standoff with police. They shot and killed him. 3 shots to the chest, 1 to the leg. The story is he came at them with a knife. What does that mean, people? The man already had a blammer. I'm not going to say the word because YouTube is very sensitive. And although I'm not monetized, I whatever. Blammer, okay? I'm talking to my urban folks. Y'all know what the blicky and the blammer is, okay? He already had one. The fact that he came at them with a knife shows 2 things. He didn't want to hurt a cop, but he definitely wasn't going down and doing no time for no double homicide. That's a no. Was not. He Cleo'd himself. Okay? Y'all watch Set It Off? Y'all remember Cleo? She had a standoff with the cops in the car. I'm not going down for this. Y'all gonna take me out. Which is the most gangster fucking thing you could do. Unpopular opinion. gangster fucking Brooklyn ass nigga thing you could do. If I'm not doing no time, that's double homicide. I'm never seeing the fucking light of day again. What kind of quality of life am I gonna have in jail? No, time to go. Time to go. I'm crashing out. Literally crashing out. Okay? Hail of bullets. I'm going out my fucking way. This is the way I'm going out. I'm gonna let the NYPD do it for me. Now, although what happened to the husband and the son, definitely uncalled for. And as the Boondocks say, this was a nigga moment by clear definition, nigga moment. But let's follow the backstories. That man has had 6311 noise complaints on those upstairs neighbors. That man did come out of his house. Now the man, the neighbor who came upstairs, did not initially show the blicky, but he had it on him. Even when that man put them scissors to his face, he did not reveal the blicky. That man put the scissors right up to his neck. He actually offloaded on that man as his back was turned, as he was retreating. Now, people like, oh, he was a coward. He did it. He did it while he was running away. That man put scissors to your neck. You don't know what he's running back to the house to go get. I'm a Brooklyn nigga. I trust no one. That's why I went to the apartment in the first place with the blicky. I'm not finna wait, and we not finna have no back and forth shootout in this hallway. Well, no. I'm ending it once and for all. 6311 calls for noise complaint. Now, an unhinged nigga is not calling 311 6 times to complain that your upstairs neighbors on noise complaints. That nigga was not unhinged. That nigga was fed up. An unhinged nigga would not call 311 to noise complaint. This situation would have happened the second time I told y'all. So it started, the wife saying that the neighbor downstairs, the one that shot, banged on the ceiling. That is common. You're making too much noise, bang on the ceiling. And she says my husband banged back. Nigga, that if you ever had apartment living and I'm banging up this on the ceiling, that's to let you know you making too much noise. You bang back down on me means fuck you. That's what that means. That means fuck you and your whore mother. That is disrespectful as fuck. You're letting them know you are being disrespectful. Now, when we lived in an apartment and it was late, 9-10 o'clock, and my kids were having their temper tantrums and my neighbors would bang on the ceiling, I never banged back. It's late. They had a kid. The kid got to go to school. But if it's 3 o'clock on a Saturday and we're in the living room and you're banging on the ceiling in the living room, oh, I'm stomping. I would stomp. All 320 pounds would stomp. Fuck you. It's Saturday, 3 in the afternoon. We're in the living room. It's not 10, 11 o'clock in the bedroom where people sleep. Fuck you. We're in the living room on a Saturday at 3 o'clock. If you need to sleep because you work nights or whatever, go in the bedroom. People live in the living room. That's why it's called the living room. The bedroom is called the bedroom. Now, if you're tired and you want to nap, don't nap on your couch. Go nap in the bedroom. Fuck you. So fuck you. I know what it means. I've done it. I also do, though, have respect. And I understand living below a set of toddlers is a lot. This is why we bought the house. Why am I dealing with this? When I'm a rich bitch, I just go buy a house. And now I sit there and sip on my lemon mineral water with the ice coming out of my fridge because that's what I want to. I want to ice out of the fridge. I want to live a soft Westchester life. I want to be a bougie bitch. I want ice coming out of my fridge. And I could not get that in the apartment because the building had a roach problem. Not me. The building had a roach problem, so you could not have no access to water. This house is so poisoned. If food drop on the floor, there is no 5-second rule. You have to toss that. It's poisoned up. Okay, I have rich white people pests like wasps and ants. Not a damn motherfucking roach. Okay, we got white bugs. Rich white woman bug problems. Lantern bugs. Ants. Ants. Oh my god, ants. Not another fucking dirty Project Roach. Okay, so anywho, now when my kids have temperatures, I sip on my lemon water with my ice from my fridge, and them motherfuckers jump up and down as long as they want. Yep. This is what $600,000 for what my mother calls a tiny house. All right, but I got 4 bedrooms, 2, 3.5 baths, whatever. But she called it a tiny house, right? And if y'all know, y'all live in New York, $600,000 pretty much ain't shit for a house. The million minimum. Okay, you get $600,000 house in the hood. We went to go look at a $600,000 house in the Bronx zip code, and while we were there at the open house on a Sunday at 1:30, bullets were popping off, and 2 BMWs went racing down the block on Gun Hill. That house was $600,000, and you know what it sold for? $720. There was a bidding war for that fucking house. $720. Okay, gunshots. Blah blah blah. Okay, million plus New York City houses. If you don't got $1 million, they're not even fucking with you. Okay, so anywho, and I've been there 2 years. Actually, 2 years. October, 2 years. Been there 2 years. So I understand apartment. That nigga wasn't unhinged. That nigga was fed up. Fed the fuck up. Now, did that man and his son deserve to die over a noise complaint? No. No. Is what it is when a motherfucker calls 6 times in a few months and tried to do it the right way? He tried to do it the right way. He came up to the house because he had already banged on the ceiling, which is the international hood apartment way of knowing you guys are making too much noise. You came out and put scissors on his neck. But did they deserve to die? No. No, not for that. That was a nigga moment. But everybody said he was unhinged. He was not unhinged. An unhinged nigga would have introduced himself with the blicky. You don't know how this situation would have went if that motherfucker did not come out his house the second time with a shirt on and a pair of scissors and went up to his neck. Let's take full responsibility. People are overworked, overtaxed, underpaid, underappreciated. You, sir, were aggressive to him first. But you could say, yeah, but he came to the apartment with the blicky. This is Vanderveer. If what they used to say, Vanderveer, if you ain't from here, something, something, something. Yes, you come to your neighbor's house with the blicky. It is not a project, but by definition, New York City doesn't own it. But it is. It is. I'm just gonna say that. It is. Hood. Yes, you know, I'm not going to your apartment without protection. And you see why. That nigga came out his apartment, put scissors to his neck. But again, did he deserve to die? No. Did his stepson deserve to die? No. Did that man deserve to have scissors put to his neck? No. Just because he is the victim, just because his stepson is the victim, does not mean he was not wrong. He was wrong. Did the punishment fit the crime? No. Was he wrong? Yes. Was he the aggressor? Yes. Was he the antagonist? Yes. Was he all of these things? Yes. Is he also a victim? Yes. That's where my unpopular opinion come out, because people think just because him and his stepson are victims, that means they're void from all wrongdoing, and they were not. Sir, you put scissors to your neck, that man's neck. That was a charge. That was definitely a charge. You commit the felonious act first. That man answered with 9 shots. But you, sir, committed the crime first. That man came to your apartment. It's not a crime to go to your neighbor's apartment to express your concerns over the noise. He's your downstairs neighbor. Now, I don't know if they had young children in the apartment. These seems like a mature couple. I don't know if they had young children in the apartment, but what I do know was that was a big nigga. Those apartments are made out of trash and garbage and cardboard. That big fat nigga could have just been walking around back and forth, being heavy, making noise. And I hate carpet. And I was supposed to carpet my apartment, and I carpeted it. It never got wall-to-wall carpeting. Area rugs, the cheapest shit I could find on Amazon, so I don't get fined. I hate carpet with a passion. I have bad allergies. And my mother would be like, why do you keep buying these cheap ass acrylic carpets? I explained to her why, but she don't listen to me at all. Goes and gets me a wool carpet, knocks me out for 3 years. 3 years. Oh, Ma, I told you why I buy acrylic carpets. No, I got this good Savvieth on 5th wool carpet. Every time I vacuum that motherfucker, it would have a bunch of fucking wool fibers in it. Killed us for 3 years. Murdered us for 3 years. Every time I come into your house, Nicole, I start sneezing and my eyes. Oh, really? Oh, so you need an air cleaner. No, I need to get rid of this fucking carpet. And when I was prepping my apartment to be sold, the first thing that was tossed was that carpet. And miraculously, we were cured. But anywho, I digress. When you got a narcissist mommy, this is what you deal with. But we don't get to choose our parents, now do we? Okay? We don't. And they don't get to choose us. That's why you're not finna tell me who I'm gonna be. I can't choose you. You definitely didn't choose me. She tells me that all the time. You think I would have chose you as a daughter? I'm like, no. But the reverse could also be said. But let me not say it, because I'll be wrong. Okay? I'll hit you with an old Negro. What's good for the goose is good for a gander. Don't know what a gander is. But y'all seem to understand when I say that. Oh, you are boomers. So anywho, yeah, that's my unpopular opinion. That man was wrong first. The consequence was harsh, but that man was wrong first. Not even harsh. The consequence did not fit that. He didn't poke you, but did he not poke you because you pulled out the blicky? Or would he have poked you? Now, that man had 2 jobs. He was old. I don't think he would have poked him. I think he was doing it to be intimidating. He towered over that man that had the blicky. He at least had 100 pounds on him and a foot. He towered over him. He tried to intimidate him. He tried to use his bigness or whatever, the XYZ. And he tried to do that as an intimidation tactic. I know Brooklyn niggas. That man would have not poked him in the neck. He did it to scare him off and to exert his manliness. And this was, by definition, a testosterone-fueled nigga moment. It's so, niggas die every day, B. But this one, I felt compelled to talk about because I need to tone it down. I need to tone it down. I need to sigh. There was a point where I was pregnant and I didn't have the energy. Then COVID hit and there wasn't a lot of people on the road. Now there's a lot of people back on the road and I find myself back in my road raginess. I find myself back in my road raginess. And these people out here are fed up and unhinged, and I could catch the stray just because it is the right day. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, I would keep a bag of pennies in my car and I would throw pennies at you when I was 20. Like throwing pennies at a motherfucker car was a thing. Especially when you're on a highway. You could easily dent a motherfucker's car when you're going 60, 70 and you throw a penny at their car. That was the thing. Don't do that now. I was young and dumb back then. I'm not that bad now because I'm 40. But I will cuss you out. I will use my instant torque and throw my car in front of yours and slam on the brakes. I have been known to do that. That is terrible. Although this is not a road rage incident, I thank my lucky stars that I don't have to deal with apartment living neighbors, because there is a level of stress and anxiety and low quality of life living in certain apartment complexes. And I'm glad I don't have to deal with that no more. And hopefully we are able to maintain this level of employment and income that we don't have to go back to that life no more. Hopefully. Right? So I don't know what to say to a woman that lost her husband and her son in the same day, in the same incident, for some shit that really didn't need to go down. If we have respect for each other as neighbors, that man already knocked on the ceiling. He has called 311 on you 6 times. All of this shit could have been avoided. And it's funny because they said that this man had 2 jobs, and she was like, what are we going to do? And I know niggas who have 2 jobs don't have life insurance. We're just not that educated to know that we need to have life insurance. And if you have a family, like if you're a single person, I mean, all life insurance is leave enough to bury you, right? So your burial doesn't become an expense for other people. But you got a wife, you got a kid, they are dependent upon your income. Get you some life insurance. I think he was. Did they say he was ex correction? So maybe he does. You have it with your pension or whatever. Maybe he does. Sad situation. By a clear definition, nigga moment. Woosah, everybody. Learn to walk away. It's very, very hard to do, but let's do it. I'm going to do some research on what we can do to keep out of these situations when we find ourselves in these situations.